In the previous video, I started to source products of the Masterlock brand from Amazon, and the idea is to source them back to the supplier Zoro. I was using this Google Sheet to do it, the Amazon sourcer, and I got as far as putting the product data from Amazon, whatever I could scrape from Masterlock search results. I got that product data in here, imported it into the Google Sheet, and had the Google Sheet begin to find Zoro URLs that could possibly be sources of these products from Amazon. Now, there are many, rows where there may not be results based on the fact that I asked for a minimum match of 30%, which means a match comparison between the title and the actual Zoro links. If you look at the links, you see that the URLs have words. See how they have words that correspond to the product title? So it's actually comparing those words against the words in the original title. And that's kind of the idea behind the match percentage. And so at this point, I just basically want to take these links and just make a list. So all I'm going to do here is, let's see, I might already have started a list. I'll just reset this list. And then all I have to do at this point is click generate product list. This product list I'm talking about happens on a different page. It happens over here on a different sheet. And so I just want you to see how to start that and see what it looks like. And I'll probably just have it start, set it to continue, and then just come back later when it has a certain number of products on it. So, okay, let me go back to the sourcing sheet. What's happening here? Running script. Not sure why it's kind of just... Okay, so it's a bit frozen here. I'll have to click wait. Come on. Google Sheets. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, so it's just a bit frozen or something at the moment. And it means that it might actually have already started running, but it's just not showing the results because it's not reloading the sheet like in the actual browser. So it could actually be pulling results right now, and the results could literally be on the page, but I just can't see them yet because it's having problems loading. Right? So this is just not loading. I'll have to refresh it. Okay, I come back to the sourcing sheet. The sheet is open. All right, okay, let's see what's happening here. Let's go. Come on. Fix now. Wait for product list. Okay, so here are the results finally. Now we have the results here. And as you can see, the list is still continuing to build out. And so I'll just let that run. Now, as for the sourcing sheet, let me see how far the sourcing sheet got. And okay, it got to the bottom of whatever's here. And okay, that's fine. So there's really nothing I have to do there. With the product list, though, I will need to just set a trigger. So I'll just go to app script. And maybe I don't need it that badly here. Extensions, app script, and then triggers. But okay, I already had one for continue sourcing. I had shown to add it. So now I'll add a trigger for generate product list. Add trigger. And I'll just find generate product lists. And I'll do time driven, minutes, timer, and 30 minutes. So it'll just add it every 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes, I'll just start generating the list again. And I'll just save it. And we'll just start generating the list again. All right, because what happens is it doesn't run continuously. It has kind of a time limit. Google Sheets has a script time limit, so eventually this might just stop. So if let's say it just stops at 100 or whatever, row 100. Well, in 30 minutes it'll start again and pick up from row 101 and just keep pulling more products from here. Okay, so it's got to build out the list. And really, without that, there's not much else that can really be done with these results. We have to get that list. All right, so, okay, just wanted to show you how to do that. I'm going to wait for that list to build out, and then I'll come back and I'll do prices. I'll show you how to get prices on here. And in fact, you know what? I'll just do that here. I'll do that now, rather. Because, yeah, I'll just go ahead and do that. So using get data, I'm going to be able to pull the prices from these Zoro links right into the product list sheet. So, you know, instead of having to manually visit each Zoro link and actually copy and paste the product price, thankfully, get data, this is one of the websites it does work with. So we go to source price, you go to get data. This is a menu item that will be added onto the sheet. By the way, get data can be added to any Google sheet. So if you actually go download the, you know, you go and you download the instructions. You subscribe to it, and it sends you the instructions, and you'll be able to add it onto any Google sheet. But if you download Amazon Sourcer, get data is part of it. And first I'll set the heading row of the sheet, which is row 1. So you just type in 1 and click OK. Then I'll go back to get data, and I'm going to set an extraction column. So I'm just going to set up this column to extract prices. So I'll just go to get data, set extraction column, and just type in the word price. Click OK. And then the source column means where you're getting the price from is column H. You just type in the letter H. You click OK. And then it's going to be able to get the prices. From here, you're going to do get data, extract range, and you should get a price in here. Okay, you should get a price that shows up in here. Okay, so we've got, yeah, price here, $11.25. Right, if you do get data on any range, you can do the same thing. And as you can see, the product is in fact $11.25. Okay, you see it's getting the right price. And what you can do is you can highlight. In fact, you can just do this. You can select the whole column, get data, extract range, and it should just keep extracting the range straight down vertically. Right, just going through extracting prices from these Zoro URLs. And as with all of the app scripts, Google Apps, it will, again, it has a time limit, so at some point it is going to stop. So it won't run forever. So again, I can set something. I'll just dismiss this one. And I'll auto continue extracting. Should set up a trigger. Auto continue. Should set up a time trigger over here. I'll just refresh the triggers, and auto continue should set up an auto continue, but I don't see it here. I see continue sourcing and generate product list. I don't see one. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll just let it run, and if I need to get more prices later, I'll just get more prices. All right. So that is how you're able to extract the prices from Zoro links. Now, shipping. The thing with shipping is that I can't just extract the shipping from the Zoro link, so get data does not do that. What I can do is I can do an if statement. And if you don't know how to do them, that's fine. I'm going to do it, and you can just copy mine if you're working with Zoro. Right? So shipping on Zoro, generally, from what we see here, over $50, they're giving you free shipping if you sign in. Right? And it doesn't cost anything to sign in. So you just sign in, you know, use your Google account or whatever, however that works. You know, create an account, $50, any item, any order over 50, and you're going to get free shipping. Right? So if you're drop shipping, of course, you're buying individual items. So you're just going to say equal if. Here's an if statement. Open parentheses. And I'm going to say if this price, okay, at Zoro, this source price, is greater than, this is the greater than symbol, 50. Okay, that's the expression, comma, the value when it's true is going to be 0. That means free shipping, comma, the value if the condition is false. So what if the price is not above 50? Well, actually, Zoro charges you $5 shipping. That is that flat shipping rate that they will charge. So for these kind of like low priced items, like this $11 item and $15 and even $31, $24 items, you're going to pay a $5 shipping fee. Okay, so I'll just go ahead. It says autofill to copy down. Yeah, that's fine. In this case, so you, as you can see, you're paying shipping on all this stuff, right? But for items that are above $50, you see the shipping is free, right? So at this point, that's really everything that you need in order for the spreadsheet to calculate the cost of that item, right? So once we have the cost of the item from the supplier, then we can potentially calculate the profit, right? Because basically the profit's going to be don't forget, we have the Amazon price. And now the other thing would be the referral fee. So yeah, okay. So yeah, you do need to fill in this referral fee percentage, 15% in this case. You can double click and that will just copy it all the way down if you just double click the fill handle. That way it will calculate a fee here. If you were doing FBA, or if you're interested in FBA, although this is a drop shipping video, but I mean, if you were doing FBA as well, and you might be doing both, you know. So if you're considering the FBA options for the product, if you have a way of getting the FBA fee, you can put that in as well. All right. Now, this will instantly give you some kind of profit calculation. And basically using that, you're going to be able to start investigating the products. And what happens, however, is that it's no guarantee that these sources here are a match for the like these Zoro links. No guarantee that they match these Amazon products, right? Sometimes the matches could be off, but the prices are the prices, right? Whatever sources we do have on here, you know, it just makes sense at least for us to look at the ones that have a potential to be profitable. But are they even the same product? That's the thing. So if they're not, you know, that's not going to be a profitable situation if it's not even the same product. But if it does have profit and they are in fact the same product, right, then that gives you a potential product. So this is a 40, you know, 40T RI over here, and over here I've got, what is this? Okay, so I don't know if those are the same or what, but you'll have to explore them. And yeah, so not sure. Let me see. Let me take a look. And let's see. Well, this is, and plus this is a 3-pack, so that might even if they are the same, the cost will probably, that will completely change. Yeah, I don't think they're the same anyway. But even if they are, I mean, I'm not really paying close attention. But the 3-pack alone, I already know that's not profitable, even if they or a match, you know. So that's basically how you can use this. If you apply a data filter on row 1, it makes it a bit easier. You can like apply filter across here, data, create a filter, right? And then you can basically say, well, I'm looking only for you know, profitable. So like you can do profit, filter by condition, greater than 0, or in this case, because I already use conditional formatting, you can do fill color or by color. But just for your own, like, just to know how to do this mathematically, filter by condition, and you're going to do greater than 0. Anything greater than 0 is a potential profit. And that way you just kind of narrow down potential profit. But again, you have to then check them to see if they are actually, in fact, a match. And I did say in the previous video, I don't know, I didn't so much like the scraping process, like how it actually came out as far as the scraping of titles and things like that. So I am looking into like another option for how I can get the product data just scraped, just, you know, the basics, the titles, the URLs, and the prices, how I can just get them scraped off the Amazon search page. I did start to try to build a browser automation for that. I did run into an issue there with it, but if I can do it myself, I'll do it, or if I can find a Chrome extension. But I'm really looking for like something that's actually a free solution. So I'll look into that some more, because if we get a better scrape from Amazon, then we'll get better sourcing as well. So I'm going to look into that, you know. So okay, a lot of these are the same product over and over, just different sources, different potential sources, but you know, not necessarily a match. Let's see if these are more of a match. Yeah, not necessarily a match here. The previews can help. Now this this should have been this should be just like, this should be a link. Okay, this should be a link. Let me copy this Amazon over here to this. Copy and paste. It should be a hyperlink of the source URL, which is Zoro. So somehow that got erased. Double click. So you should be able to like actually check them right here, side by side. It's a lot easier than going all the way across the spreadsheet. That way, if you get a preview, you can more instantly do a comparison and say, hey, these look alike, or hey, these don't, right? So like these might look more alike. So you could open this one, for instance, kind of take a look, and then open whatever is found on Zoro. And we've got one UP in here in the MFR number, one up here as well, pack of 6. Okay, it's a pack of 6. This is just, and this is each. Okay, so if I were to get 6 of these, it would cost $58.74 would be your subtotal. You'd get free shipping. So now the question is, would that be a profit on here? $71.46. I believe it would be. So this might be a good example I can show of how you would kind of modify on the sheet. So what you would do here is you would modify the number of units, because it would be, you could consider this a multi-pack on Amazon. It's a pack of 6, where Zoro is just one item. So you'll have to change the number of units to 6, because now you'll have to purchase 6 units. It's not profitable anymore at that point. So unfortunately, no, you would not be making a profit anymore. But, well, okay, one problem is the shipping will have to come out, because the shipping will not be $5. It would be 0. Right, because your total cost is above 50. I guess I need to have like a subtotal column in order to really do the shipping. I should have had a subtotal column there. All right, but still, it's not profitable. Even if I knock out the shipping, once it's turned to a 6-pack, it's not profitable. The price difference was coming from the fact that this is a 1-pack and this is a 6-pack. All right, so it doesn't work. Okay. Because see the fees, 15%, your fees are like, basically $11. All right, so it doesn't end up profitable. And then the tax, I'm looking at this high tax of 10% as a dropshipping situation. All right, so that's basically how it works, right? And even though the Google Sheet is helping us find potential sources, we still have to do the manual work of investigating these and trying to actually see which are same, and then to see if they are in fact the same pack, like pack size, pack of 3, pack of 2, or single units or whatever, right? All these things have to be checked. Okay. And now it's not done. I mean, there are more products that could be brought in here, but so yeah. All right. I didn't find, at least so far, I don't really feel that I didn't really find, I would say I didn't find really many good matches here at all from the set. Sometimes that happens with a certain brand, but again, I think part of it is also, again, the scraping process. Like, what is being scraped needs to be improved. I need better scraping of the Amazon product results directly from here. So again, I'll look into another Chrome extension that perhaps is made just for that purpose on Amazon, or I'll try to, make my own browser automation and fix it up to work specifically with these Amazon search results. But that's basically it. If you want to actually open the file, these are really like test runs that I'm doing with different brands and suppliers, in this case Zoro, with these different brands. If you want to actually access this Google Sheet, this very Google Sheet directly, I have a view copy and a link that you can click to actually open up the sheet if you want to go through these results as I'm doing on your own and look and do these comparisons. And then if you want to download the actual Google Sheet system, like the actual workable copy where you can start from scratch and source products over and over again, full working Google Sheet, you can go ahead and download that. It's free. I can say that confidently. It's going to be free because basically I'm just distributing, it's something that just basically is going to attempt to find sources, and it's really just part of a bigger process of product research. I've been distributing this for a few years at this point. At this point, I'm basically just trying to kind of develop it further and just use it as something that is just like part of a product research process, of a manual process. And so you can go ahead and download that, and any other resources that are included, you'll see it on my page. So my Gumroad page, you'll see all the different things you can download. So that's it. I mean, just look at the description of the video. I've got everything in there. All the links and everything are in there. You've got to sit and just go through the description and get whatever you need to get from there. And that's basically it. I'm Mr. Mark, and I'll see you around in another video.